Hey everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Today, I am up here in Jacksonville, Illinois for work, and we are going to be balling on a budget, discing on a dime. Today we are going to be doing a little 9-hole challenge where I gave myself a budget of $50 to try to find as many used discs as I could find. So let's go see how it plays out. Alright, so I am up in Jacksonville, Illinois for work. So I decided to drive 30 minutes outside of town actually to go visit the closest disc golf store that I could find, Underdog Sports. They have a pretty nice looking used section, so I gave myself a budget of $50 to try to find as many used discs as I could find, and that's all of the discs that we're going to be playing. I'm here at Nichols Park, which is supposed to be like a brand new, still in progress disc golf course in the area. It seems like it'll be, but it sounds like it's a lot of fun. So we got a nice stack of discs here. I was able to get 5 discs. So real quick, I'll run through what I found. So first off, the most expensive disc that I have is a mid-range. It's a Paul Macbeth Prototype Malta. Pretty interesting to see Paul Macbeth's prototype disc in the used section. This was $13.99, so pretty close to like the price of a new disc actually. But I actually have a Malta at home. All of these used discs, the thing that I'm really looking forward to is to see like how beat in are they, or how pre-seasoned have they become, as I like to call it. I'm expecting a lot of these to not be nearly as overstable as if you were buying them new, because they've been thrown, they've hit trees. Like this disc has dirt baked into it at this point. I tried scraping and cleaning all of these a little bit, and they're still pretty dirty. So got the Malta here, $13.99. Then I got 3 Prodigy discs here, because Prodigy discs are always very affordable in the used bins. Each of these was $9.99, so about $10. The longest disc that I have is going to be this H3 V2. This is a 10-speed. I actually don't know the numbers. They're going to be down below. This, I think, is the newest looking disc of the group. There aren't too many nicks in the plastic, so this was probably the least thrown. So this will probably actually have a good, decent amount of stability to it, which is good because it is pretty windy up here. Next up, moving down in speed, we have an F3 400G plastic. All of my Prodigy discs are in 400G plastic today, but a very versatile fairway driver here with the F3. Really looking forward to trying this one out. This one has seen some use, so I'm imagining it to have a little bit of flip and hopefully just a little bit of stability at the end of the flight, but we'll see. One of the discs that I'm really excited about trying is going to be this Prodigy mid-range that I got here. This is an M5 in 400G plastic. They do not make this disc anymore. It's no longer in production, and it has a really interesting feel. It has like this groove in the rim here, so it's like very wide, very thick. I find it to be pretty comfortable, but this is supposed to be like Prodigy's most understable mid-range. Now at this point, I got like $6, feeling like I'm done, but then I find this James Conrad commemorative Electron Firm Envy for $5.99, bringing me right at $50 then. Really looking forward to this. This disc has been really used a lot. Like the rim has all kinds of nicks in it, all kinds of scratches. I'm imagining, because this is a base plastic, that this is going to be like a laser straight throwing putter. I'm really excited to be throwing this. I'm going to be putting with it as well, but I really am excited to throw this because this will be similar to James Conrad's actual yellow Envy that he used with the Holy Shot on a nice turnover. So really excited to test this disc out. So I'm going to be playing the front 9 here at Nichols Park. Again, this is like a course still in design. There's no tee pads. The baskets aren't in permanent positions. I think the tees are just like flags right now, but I'm really excited to try it out. I hear that it's a really good course, so let's go see how these discs fly. Kicking things off here at hole 1, 303 feet. All of these distances are just on U-disc. Obviously there's no tee signs, no tee pads, but you can see really wide open shot here for our first throw. Basket's going to be straight ahead up here, but it is pretty close to the lake, so I don't want to throw directly at the basket in case it fades too much. Going with the H3 V2. Oh, that looks good. A little short. Yeah, circle 2 from there, just outside of my arm speed, I think, but that held up pretty nice. Got a circle 2 putt here, and you can see how close the basket is to the lake. Pretty interesting hole to kick things off, a little danger. It's gonna be too soft, but easy tap in for par there. Make sure to give this Envy the taste of the chains so it craves it more in the future. So U-disc has hole 2 as a par 3, 458 feet. a little outside of my range personally. Basically, you're gonna have this pretty open fairway. The basket is gonna be off to the left at some point. Just throw straight down and let it fade in. We're gonna go with the H3 V2 again for that. That's pretty solid in between the two trees. It looks like we're in open fairway there. So the basket is right in the center of this like grove of little pine trees. I think the safe play is gonna be the Malta. Outside, try to fade in towards the basket. Okay, yeah, that prototype one has some good stability. Oh, nice. I should be like 10 feet away from the basket there. Let's try the M5 here. I'm really excited to see like how flippy is this disc. Oh, too much. Too right. Oh no. Let's see the Electron Envy. I'm gonna just throw this flat. Oh my God, that's a laser beam. That was a little off my mark. It looks like it was gonna start fading just a little bit, but that went so straight. Wow, my terrible depth perception strikes again. I thought I was gonna be parked, but I threw it long. And now like I have this really awkward like turnover forehand. I don't even know. I'm just gonna go try to get it through. Oh God. Yeah, that's okay. Hole 3 is 217 feet par 3. You probably can't see the basket, but there's like this one opening straight ahead of me, about 100 feet away. It's not in there. There's a second opening. That's where the basket is. It's almost like, it's just sort of tucked right in line with the trees over there. So the obvious play is going to be using a forehand, going down this open center gap here, and then let it fade to the right. But I'm going to be going with the M5. We're going to try to hit something nice and hard down the opening so it carries straight and then keeps turning off to the right side, and hopefully we get close to the basket. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's fading. Okay, that's like a laser beam. This also shapes up to be the shot. So we're going to try the Envy here on a little turnover. Oh man, it's fading out too. I think that's a little closer maybe than my M5. The Envy, just a hair closer. We would have been putting from right here, circle's edge for birdie. M5 actually ended a little short. Oh, just a little long. Stand on top of the tree here, get my toe pointed. Boom. Oh man, hole 4 is a very technical 202 foot par 3, really tight tunnel at the start that becomes even tighter halfway down the fairway. It splits off into 2 little alleys way. The basket's gonna be straight in line with the right gap. I think what I'm gonna do is go with the M5 here and throw it down this left gap straight. Try to put a little more power than we did on the last hole. See if we can get it to turn towards the basket at the end of the flight. I did not see where that ended up. It did not, it turned really early into the middle tree, but I didn't see it just fall. It sounded, then I heard some more leaves. It sounded like it carried forward a bit. So I haven't got the slightest clue how this disc made it out here. But we're actually maybe 15 feet from the basket. We're actually to the right of the basket, so it kept turning, skipping through, I don't even know what. Like, did it skip up and fall over? Did it just like come through this gap right here? I have no clue how this got here. But we have a real birdie chance here. Oh, let's go. All right, look at this lighting for hole 5. We got a bunch of shade right here, and then the basket is just glowing. It is radiating, just asking to be parked here. Hole 5 is 248 feet. It's a par 3. Basket straight ahead, but we have this giant guardian tree in the way. It plays a little bit uphill, but I'm gonna be going with the Malta down this right side of the tree, let it fade back. We'll see if I can get the Malta there. 250 feet, sort of my max distance for mids, but it is playing uphill, so I am gonna have to throw this full power. We should be able to get a good fade if I can get it up to the tree. I got tangled a little short. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Real quick, let's try that F3 actually. Oh, that flipped a lot. Oh, it still flipped. Finally fading back. So good thing we didn't go with that. All right, just like I thought was gonna happen, I went short with the Malta. Honestly, these leaves are like, I didn't even think about them spreading towards the basket as well. It's gonna be a pretty tricky gap. I do think the forehand down the left side is the play. F5, way over there. Good thing I didn't go with that one. I actually sort of have a little putt lane here for a little stepper. Oh, just short. Hopefully it stopped on that hill. All right, I definitely left myself a bit of a tester here. Not too far from the basket, but it is very uphill. So this is gonna be a tricky putt. Gotta get it to save par. Let's go. Hole 6 is 289 feet, par 3. Can't see the basket from the tee here, but on UDisc it looks like it's off to the left. So we just have this tight tunnel to make it through and then let it fade to the left. Sounds like a perfect shot for the H3 V2 again. Just throw it nice and hard. There is a bit of a headwind as well, so I think this is the best disc choice because it's the most stable that I have. We're gonna throw it nice and hard down the middle, let it fade left, and we'll see how close we get to the basket. Oh. Well, it went left. Hopefully I'm not tangled up in the trees. I tried not to block the camera too much. All right, this was actually a very good drive. I wasn't even really coming close to the brush. Got a circle's edge putt here for birdie. There's a little like creek right behind it. I think it's dry though, so I don't think it's much risk. This is probably circle 2 actually. This feels long. We won't jump just in case. Because we don't need to. Let's go. Oh man, that was a good long putt. I'm putting pretty well with these with this Envy. I did not expect that. All right, this hole, in my opinion, not a great design. It's 300, hole 7 is 373 feet. It's a par 3, but the problem is the basket is like on the other side of this grove of trees. We're looking maybe 100 feet that way from where I am now. It's a very questionable hole, especially at a par 3. Basically, we just need to go around this huge grove of trees, wrap all the way around. I don't know. But I'm gonna be going with the M5 here, most understable disc. Just hang it out here, let it keep turning, hopefully. Second shot, do the same thing. Hopefully get a close shot to the basket from there. I don't know, we'll see. Keep turning. It's fading out again. That's still okay, I think. I should have enough distance away from the grove of trees to be able to see the basket from there. Yeah, so you can see I'm still 200, probably 180 from the basket. You could just barely see it in the grove. I think it opens up from the left side here. So I could go with either like a forehand Malta, but I got these branches kind of in the way for pretty much every shot that I want to take here. I think my best bet is to try to go over the brush with a backhand hyzer, try to come in, but not something too overstable. It's also not that far, so I'm gonna go with the Envy here. Oh, fading too far left, but that should be close to the basket, I hope. Like I thought, pretty close to the basket, and it really does open up on this side of the basket. So I was throwing from under that tree over there. Still kind of a weird hole. It's definitely like, I would maybe lean more into the horseshoe and make it a par 4 and maybe push the basket further down, or maybe make this tree a Mando that you have to go around. I would do something like that and make it a par 4. But right now it's sort of in a weird in-between, like, what do you throw here? I have no clue. Let's get this putt here. Nice. Hole 8 is a big bomb. Something that I definitely know I can't make. It's 412 feet, par 3. Basket, I'm pretty sure, is way down there, tucked just under that far third tree, I guess. Honestly, a very pretty shot. Nice wide open shot, big arms, gonna love it. Just throw something out to the right, hyzer in. Just shoot for the par. I know I'm not gonna get any birdie unless I get some kind of miraculous throw in, but I'm going to throw the F3 here. We haven't really gotten a good chance to throw it yet, but we're just gonna hang it out a little to the right, put a little hyzer on it, try to get it to flip up, keep carrying straight, have a little fade at the end, get close enough to where we have an easy approach, and then save par. Too low. Very flippy though. Oh, that was a terrible throw. All right, let's try the H3, what I should have probably gone with. Obviously, my longest disc in the bag. Pretty nice. That had a lot of wind ride. I still threw that one pretty low also. All right, so even though I threw pretty low, F3 still got decent distance. Basket straight ahead still, you could just see it perched over the hill. I'm gonna go with the Malta, hang it out to the right, throw it pretty hard because it's uphill. Hopefully we get close to the basket. You can see my my H3 made it, what, 50 feet further. This is a nice chip envy right here, but playing from the first one. Keep going. Okay. Hopefully that tree's not blocking my putt. Got a long putt here, circle 2. There's this vine just right diagonal in front of the basket. So I have a lane down the right side in between the vine and the tree. Hopefully fade into the basket. Got to get this for par. Oh my God. Okay, last hole of the day, hole 9, 273 feet, par 3. An absolute beauty of a shot. You can't see the basket, but it is tucked pretty much right behind that little bush on the other side of the creek, just straight in between these two big trees here. So it's a really pretty shot, several options. Easiest play would be a forehand, let it fade to the right. Now I'm not throwing any forehands because I've been practicing my forehand, but in doing so, I really messed up my elbow. So it kind of hurts, and I'm going to try not to do that then. So instead, we are going with the laser beam throw with the F3. Try to actually get a good throw. Go under the branch on the left side of this big tree in front. Try to get in between the two bushes. Gonna be a tricky shot, honestly, but it is so pretty, and it lines up really nice for this F3. So we'll give it a shot. Oh, that looks okay. Oh, that's way short. Oh no. That was a very pretty shot though. This F3 has like a lot of versatility. It's got a nice little flip. That had a little flip up to flat, even to the right a bit. It's a little lower than I wanted, but it's kind of tricky because we do have that low ceiling that I was going for. Oh man, pretty nice disc. Let's try the M5 just for fun. That's got so much turn. Oh, the iron branch. So luckily, I did not go into this creek under the bridge or anything weird. We actually got like an edge of circle putt here. Fade. Oh, man, I wish I would have given that drive a little more height, but that's all right. All right, well, I am all finished up with my little 9-hole challenge using these used discs. Real quick, I'll give you my final thoughts. This Proto Malta flew really nice. It seems like it has even more stability than my actual Malta, which is pretty interesting. The M5 is a disc that I wish they would sort of bring back into production. I'd love to try a new one in the in like their newer blends of 400 or 500 plastic. Seems pretty understable. Don't think I'm going to be bagging this M5. I have so many understable discs right now, and I'm trying to like sort of figure out which ones I actually want to bag. Right now I have like an Uplink, a Lobster, a Meteor. I really like all of these discs, and I want to sort of figure out where they sort of fit in my bag. The M5, I think, just would overlap some of those, but I don't think it's quite as comfortable as any of them. So it's very interesting though. This little like groove feels interesting. It's not as uncomfortable as I expected while throwing it. It has a lot of flip, especially because of probably how used it is. Very fun to throw. The H3 V2, another disc that I didn't expect to enjoy as much as I did. I was getting some pretty good distance with this disc. It still has a good bit of stability to it as well. Probably because, like I said, this one looks like it's the least used of all of the discs that I got, but it was fun to throw. I don't think I'm bagging it though. The Envy here. This Envy Electron Firm baseline plastic, heavily used, is laser straight. This is a disc that I don't think I'm going to bag, but I wish I could. I just have so many throwing putters that I love to throw right now, but this is just like a laser straight throwing putter. It is so fun to throw, and it still even has a good tick of stability at the end. So the Envy really holding up with that 2 fade, really fun to throw. I kind of wish like I could bag this disc. And then the disc that I am probably the most considering bagging is this F3. This disc has definitely gotten some love. It seems like it is perfectly seasoned. It's not super understable by any means. The 400G plastic just feels great in the hand as well. It's got like a nice gumminess. I really like it. So I am probably gonna pit this against some of my other fairway drivers, like how does it compare to the Stag or the Jackalope? Is it like, where would that fit in my bag? Is it understable like my F5 even? This is the disc that I'm probably the closest to bagging, but the biggest takeaway that you can get from this video is that used discs are like a great option if you want to try getting some discs to try out on a budget. I only spent $50 on each disc. That comes to $10 a disc, and some places you can even find them for cheaper, like $5 to $8 per disc. Definitely give them a look, because one of the things that everyone says is like with your discs in your bag, the more you throw them, the better they'll fly, and like you're just sort of getting them pre-seasoned at this point. They've already gotten some love, just ready for a little bit more. I really enjoyed throwing these used discs. Like, they definitely behaved a lot more differently than I expected, especially when getting them fresh. Like that prototype Malta would have probably been an absolute beefcake if I would have just purchased it and just started using it, and to a point where I'd be like, nah, I'm never gonna bag this disc, something like that. So much fun to use, really interested to see. Like, I definitely want to do some more like used disc challenges. Maybe I'll see if I can get like Kang or Bowie or Sandra to join in, where we give ourselves a budget, go into some stores, buy some discs, and then do a little challenge and compete against each other. I think that would be a lot of fun to do, but definitely something you guys should try if you haven't already. Go to your local disc golf retailer, check out the used section. They probably have some gems in there that you might not have considered throwing before. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be playing the back nine of this course. So far, I've been pretty impressed. There are a couple holes here and there that I'm not a huge fan of, but overall, this course seems like it's got a lot of potential. So much fun, really pretty course as well. I'm going to be playing the back nine using another set of discs that I've never thrown before. I'm going to be testing out a bunch of Millennium discs, so definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. If you enjoyed watching this challenge, be sure to give it a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. Until next time, guys, cheers.